Hey there, Trainer Tia coming to you with barbell rows. These are tough. I would say this is one of the hardest of our basic row family because the position is taxing to hold. So you can do these with dumbbells or a barbell. I'm going to show you with a barbell. The barbell variation is definitely harder. It requires more shoulder mobility and more control. So if barbell row isn't going well for you, or your shoulders aren't cooperating, or you can't feel the movement in the right spot, go back to dumbbells and go with a neutral grip with hands like this versus pronated. It's that pronated grip that makes barbell really tough. So all you need is a barbell, and assuming that you have basic control on easier rows, like seated row, like a single arm dumbbell row, lat pull down, on all your other pull basics, make sure that you watch those videos, or at least that you have experience with those, and you've got good pull mechanics, not pulling with the wrists cranked like this, and not pulling with shoulders up like this. You need good basic control before you get to this harder row variation. So assuming that you've got that, I've got my barbell here and my cats in all this series of video. Okay, and what you're gonna do is grab the barbell, and you're gonna grab relatively, shoulder width or slightly outside. Right about there is where I'll grab it. And what you're gonna do is bend forward about 45 degrees from the hip, slight bend in the knees like so. The more that you bend over, the more neutral the row will be, meaning it'll hit more of the entire rhomboid muscle. The more upright you are, you'll hit more of the lower part of your rhomboids, and if of course you were up here, then you'd hit more of the upper, which nobody really does unless you're a bodybuilder looking for something very specific. So about 45 degrees is your standard, okay? So you're gonna grab onto the bar, feet's about, I'll show you from the front to start. So feet about hip width apart, hands just outside the shoulders, bending forward, keeping the chin neutral, pulling up like so, right? Elbows going relatively straight back, not out to the side, not out like this, and not straight back tight, okay? About 45 degrees or 30 degrees out, right about there. So relatively straight back, but not 100% straight back. Okay, so where people go wrong here is poor positioning, right? Back not flat like this, or chin up like this. The chin has to be neutral, which means that you're looking down right about 3 feet in front of you. Okay, so chin stays neutral, back stays flat, knees stay in a soft bend, all right? When you see people swinging all over the place to lift that weight up, they either really know what they're doing and they know exactly what they're going after, or more likely, they just have piss poor technique on this very difficult move. The more control you have, the tighter your technique can be, the more benefit that you're gonna get out of these. One more thought for you is when you're doing this, be sure that you're creating torque off the bar, okay? Of course the bar is fixed, but you wanna create external rotation. So important, it's on every lift that we do, okay? So I have a video on that. You can watch that video, just search for FitPro external rotation. But we always say break the bar. You're holding the bar here. Be sure that you're creating that external, almost snapping sensation from the shoulder that will lock everything in place from the back with that external rotation. Very important, especially here with the barbell. Like I said, the pronated grip requires a lot more control, right? So that's where people end up. And that's internal rotation, right? You can see my wrist is kind of pointing in. But when I create that external rotation, the shoulder falls into a better position, all right? Long video, but a really big move. Make sure that you take the time to go light and master the weight before you move up.